Hi, I'm Seraphina. I'm going to be doing a Saturn retrograde reading. So Saturn went retrograde on May 23rd in Capricorn, and it's going to be in retrograde until October 11th. Now Saturn is a very important planet in terms of people who will be turning 30 this year. So there's the Saturn, so they're in their Saturn return. So this is going to be a really pivotal time for anyone who's turning 30. I encourage you, if you don't know too much about retrogrades, you don't know too much about the planets, but you are interested, check out the introductory video where I explain how best to utilize the energy of these times. We are in retrograde season, and there are going to be 5 planets that are going into retrograde during this season. So the first one we're going to be doing is Saturn. So I did a Tree of Life spread, which includes 11 cards. I used a good tarot, so I'm going to put the name of the deck that I used in the description as usual. And with the Tree of Life spread, it has 3 columns. The first column is your spiritual path. The second column is your intellectual path, and the third column is your emotional path. And these 3 paths are basically going to tell us a really good picture of how best to use the Saturn retrograde energy at this time. So let's get into the cards. So the first card, which is the Messenger of Water, right? This is the Messenger of Water in reversed. Let's see if we can get that focus. Messenger of Water in reversed, right? This is in their physical self. This represents your physical self. This is talking about somebody who is self-sacrificing, essentially. A self-sacrificing individual. Somebody who puts their needs after somebody else's. So it could be someone who, this could be you or someone who's related to you that does a lot of work for their community, that does a lot of charity work, that is a healer of some kind, or an advocate, or they do a lot of work within the community, and as their physical self they tend to neglect their needs. In the second, this is what represents your natural world. This is the 4 of Fire. The 4 of Fire really talks to me about stability. It talks to me about foundation. It talks to me about an unbending spirit. In this 4 of Fire depiction, notice that the rock has a hole in it, and that the line that has the weights on it is bending. So this represents to me that somebody that can handle a lot of burdens because they have a strong foundation. This is somebody that will not break themselves against the rock. You know that saying that they will break yourself, someone is so stubborn that they will break themselves against the rock. This talks to me about somebody who, while firm in their understanding, firm in their sense of self, they have a certain amount of flexibility, that they can handle challenges, that they can handle different points of view, that they can handle having their boundaries challenged, right? So that's the understanding of the natural world. This next card talks about spiritual realities. This is the 3 of Water. Great friendships. This is somebody who is very good at making relationships and maintaining relationships. This is somebody who, it goes back to this, is somebody who works really well within their community, who does a lot of advocacy work, and so that they are highly regarded by among their peers and the people in society. right? They're very, very good at relationships. So for the last card, the Messenger of Fire. This talks to me about passion. This talks to me about discernment. This talks to me about having a mission, which is clear. This is clear. This person has a purpose. This person has a mission. This person is clear. Again, I'm coming up with somebody who works in communities, who is an advocate, who is probably a spiritual teacher or a healer, and they work with people. They have a clear spiritual vision of where they're going. So this is somebody who knows themselves quite well. Now, in the last card, this talks about your relationship with the divine. The Page of Air. This person, again, I'm getting spiritual teacher. This person hears. They could have one of the clairs. They could be clairaudient. They can be clairsentient. I'm definitely hearing that they hear the voice of the divine, so that they are very, very clear about what they want, that their mission is, what their passions are, that they are trusted within this community. It could be that they are very good with communicating the messages that they hear, they see, or that they divine. So this symbolizes the relationship with the divine. So all in all, on the spiritual path, we see here that this person is very, very focused on developing their spiritual life, and they've done a lot of work with regards to it, except with regards to possibly maybe neglecting aspects of themselves. But they are definitely on a spiritual path. They have a very clear vision of where they want to go, and they are working towards creating the vision that they have for themselves. On the intellectual path, right, we have self-knowledge. We have the 10 of water reversed. This again tells me that this person saves the dregs of their energy, of their affection, of their spirit, of their everything. They give it all away, and they keep the dregs for themselves. I am completely, this person is what you would consider the bodhisattva, the person who self-sacrifices, the person that gives everything to the people that are around them, to their community, to their cause, to their vision, to their quest, to their business, and has nothing or very little left for themselves. This person is definitely in need of some self-care. The Page of Fire, which is self-control. Self-control, we talk about Page of Fire. Person, again, who is extremely passionate. They are so on brand. That's what I'm getting. So on brand, so on point, so on purpose, so passionate about what it is that they want to achieve. They are on fire. Self-control is clearly something that this person works on significantly. I'm not seeing any sort of, it did not come up reverse, but I'm seeing that this person is a fiery individual who is completely absorbed by the tasks that they get involved. Self-mastery. The Fool. This person is extremely flexible, very, very flexible in the fact that they are willing to take a leap of faith to rewrite their entire stories, to change their perspective, to change their fate, to change their life, to change their friends, to change everything around them. They are completely willing to take a leap of faith into the unknown. Again, a very flexible person who is completely passionate and absorbed with their tasks, but who gives so much to everyone else and leave the dregs for themselves. We're going now into the emotional column, which talks about compassion. This is where it gets interesting, because it really tells me that this person, while is a very compassionate person, they are extremely discerning. This tells me that they have a lot of discernment, that they have a very active bullshit meter, and that they can see when somebody is taking advantage of their compassion. They have a lot of compassion, they have a lot of love, they have a lot to give, and they measure it and how much that they give out. So even though it is that they're giving it out to everybody, they are very discerning about who is the everybody that they give it out to. So we do have somebody who has a very highly developed intuition and level of discernment. This Three of Earth tells me again that this is in the position of empathy, that they have great empathy, that they have, again, great compassion with discernment, that they have empathy, that they're able to feel a lot for their communities that they're aligned to, that they are able to multiply, that empathy. So they're able to, so that they're able to inspire others. So this is somebody who not only has empathy in themselves to give, but that through their works inspire others to empathy. Again, I'm getting a leader in society, I'm getting somebody who is an advocate, I'm getting somebody who's a spiritual teacher, a guru, because this person is able to multiply that, the empathy that they have inside themselves, into the world, which tells me that they are able to inspire. We're talking a little bit of a crusader here, which would tell me a lot about this Page of Fire. If it is, we're getting kind of crusader energy. And then we have the Five of Fire, which is universal love. The Five of Fire talks to me about having, this to me invites the opportunity to accept different points of view. That's what this card tells me. It invites the opportunity to invite, opportunity for different points of view. So somebody who is different from yourself, that has a very different perspective, different value systems, to move past the normal parameters that would be expected, the normal behaviors that would be expected in conversations, in discourse, with people of varying values, opinions, ideas, perspectives. This is in the universal love spot. This person is amazing. in the fact that they are extremely flexible. Again, we're having somebody who has worked significantly on themselves. They've worked on their spiritual past, they've worked on their emotional stuff, they've worked on their triggers, they've worked on their boundaries, they've worked on their self-talk, they have worked on being able to invite other points of view in other opinions. They are over the fights, the conflicts, and the dramas. And yet, they have done so much work in themselves in order to serve the communities that they're a part of. And yet, they still save only the dregs for themselves. What this entire spread is saying is very much like that Superman quote. You know, Kal-El, right? Kal-El, before he takes on the cloak of Superman, he makes a vow. His father expects him to make this vow, which is to not put one man above another, but to serve all of humanity himself. To serve all of humanity instead of putting one man above another. What this normally translates to in the story of Superman is that Superman denies himself love, he denies himself affection, he denies himself a relationship, deep, meaningful relationships, in order to serve the people that he's there to protect and help. And he does it nobly, he does it proudly, and he does it without feeling any deep regret. So I invite this question to my listeners. If you resonate with this reading, and this is you, that you are willing to completely and totally sacrifice the fulfillment of your emotional needs, your physical needs, in order to serve the community that you're with, that you have chosen to serve. Wonderful. If there is any question, any doubts, any reservations with regards to this self-sacrificing vow that you have unconsciously made to yourself, then I invite you to use Saturn's energy to reflect on that and possibly build new structures for yourself and how you're able to do both. Tell me if this reading resonates for you. I will be doing one every week until Saturn goes direct. And again, check out my introductory video, which will tell you how best to use the retrograde energy. Bye.